Picture this. You press one button, and the entire roof of your motorhome lifts a full 2 feet into the air, not a canvas tent flap. A solid aluminum ceiling, and suddenly you can stand up straight anywhere inside. No American motorhome does this. Not Earth Roamer, not Storyteller, not Global Expedition Vehicles. But a small manufacturer in central China just put it into production. Let's find out if the rest of the vehicle backs up that party trick. This is the Star Wonder Boundless Universal, built by Kixing Recreational Vehicles on a Dongfeng MS600 off-road chassis, and yes, that chassis name is where a lot of confusion online comes from. People keep calling the whole vehicle the MS600, but that's just the platform underneath it. The actual motorhome has its own name. And today we're finding out whether it deserves to be mentioned in the same breath as six-figure American overland rigs, or whether it's spec sheet theater dressed up for social media. Walk up to this thing, and the first word that comes to mind is military. A tall, flat windshield, aggressive headlights on both sides, and a huge center grille with air intakes and badging stacked underneath it. There's a front-mounted recovery winch. At least one independent review of an export-configured unit listed around 13,500 pounds of pulling capacity, though that figure can vary by dealer and trim. The body sits on 20-inch, heavy-duty, light truck-rated tires, and overall the motorhome measures roughly 19 feet 7 inches long, 7 feet 9 inches wide, and 8 feet 8 inches tall, with the roof down compact enough that parking isn't the nightmare you'd expect from something this capable. Curb weight comes in around 12,100 pounds, with a fully loaded gross weight of about 13,000 pounds. But the real head turner is above the cab, a raised box-like overhang that looks almost like a second floor bolted onto the front of the vehicle. That's not decoration. That's the party trick we opened with, and we'll get back to it in a few minutes. Under the hood is a Cummins 6.7-liter inline 6-cylinder turbocharged diesel, the same engine family that powers a huge share of American heavy trucks, producing 231 kilowatts, or roughly 310 horsepower, and 1,050 newton-meters of torque, about 774 pound-feet. It's paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission and meets China's National 6 emission standard, which is broadly comparable to Euro 6. Here's the number that actually matters off-road. Downstream of that transmission, a 4-stage reduction system multiplies output all the way up to 20,000 newton-meters at the wheel hubs. That's a full-time 4-wheel drive system with wheel-side reducers, front and rear disconnecting axles, 4-wheel independent suspension, and standard locking differentials. Ground clearance is 340 millimeters, about 13.4 inches more than a stock Ford 550, and it's rated to wade through 850 millimeters of water, roughly 33 inches. Approach and departure angles land at 33 degrees and 22 degrees. Qixing's own marketing claims this thing outshines a Ford Raptor and makes a Mercedes G-Class look like a junior. Take that with a grain of salt. It's promotional language. Not a lab result, but the underlying hardware is real, and it's genuinely serious for a factory-built motorhome. Now, back to that party trick. This is a hard-shell pop-up roof stamped aluminum alloy panels on a cage-style frame, finished with a cathode electrophoresis coating meant to resist corrosion the way a factory truck body does not. The canvas or soft-sided pop-tops you'll find on most camper vans. Qixing calls it their 5th-generation design, and the company states it passed 30,000 raise and lower cycles in reliability testing. Treat that figure as manufacturer supplied until independently verified, but the engineering logic checks out. A rigid roof keeps the center of gravity lower than a full high-top conversion, which matters when you're descending a rutted trail at an angle. With the roof raised, interior standing height reaches about 1.9 meters, roughly 6 feet 3 inches, enough for most adults to stand up straight anywhere in the living space, not just in one pop-up section. Then there's the front overhang we spotted from the outside. That's a second pop-up section directly over the cab, and it raises to create a walk-up and stand front bed with its own windows. Qixing markets it as a bonus viewing platform for when you're parked overlooking a canyon or a coastline. Stand up front, look out over the landscape, and go back down to sleep. Step inside and it genuinely doesn't feel like a rugged off-roader. It feels closer to a small, well-finished apartment. Forward-facing bench seating converts into a social dinette for meals. And based on independent walkthrough footage of export units, that dinette can also fold down into a sleeping spot for one more adult, on top of the 2 permanent beds. Those 2 beds are the headline sleeping arrangement, a double bed up front measuring 1,900 by 1,500 millimeters, roughly 75 by 59 inches, just under a queen, and a second bed in the rear at 1,900 by 1,000 millimeters, about 75 by 39 inches, closer to a twin extra long. Total sleeping capacity is rated for 4 to 6 people depending on configuration. The kitchen and bathroom are split into their own separate zones rather than one combined wet bath, a layout choice you see more often in European-style campers than in American Class B vans. Standard equipment includes a diesel stove, a microwave oven, a refrigerator, a sink, a shower, and a cassette-style toilet. Some export-configured units filmed for online reviews have gone further, adding a residential-style refrigerator with a separate freezer, a compact washer and dryer combo, an induction cooktop, and even a small overhead range hood extraction fan above the stove, worth confirming with your specific dealer, since equipment lists appear to vary by trim and region. There's also an exterior kitchen setup hidden in a slide-out storage tray on the side of the vehicle, paired with a fold-out aluminum table so you can cook and eat outside without going in and out constantly, then tuck the whole thing away when you're back on the road. The rear of the vehicle is built around storage. Multiple deep compartments line the back and sides, enough combined space, according to independent reviews, to outcarry 2 typical American Class B campers combined, plus a full-size, all-terrain spare tire and electric stabilizer legs that drop down and level the vehicle once you're parked. For off-grid living, Qixing's base configuration includes a 185-liter plus 25-liter portable water system with a light-emitting diode monitor, a 40-liter gray water tank, a 3,000-watt, 24-volt inverter, a 4 to 100 amp-hour lithium battery bank at 24 volts, roughly 9.6 kilowatt-hours, and an 800-watt solar array. There's also a diesel air heater and a diesel hot water system. Since diesel heating is the standard choice in this class, it doesn't rely on propane refills in remote regions. Worth flagging: other listings and dealer configurations for this same platform report different numbers. Freshwater capacity closer to 64 gallons on some units, battery banks ranging from 300 to 600 amp hours, and solar arrays anywhere from 400 to 1,200 watts. There doesn't appear to be one fixed specification across every unit. It depends heavily on which dealer configured it and for which export market. Treat the manufacturer's own published numbers as the baseline and expect real-world units to vary. On construction, the body panels are stamped from aluminum molds rather than built from fiberglass overfoam, which is the more common approach on budget American Class C builds. Qixing frames this as a military to civilian production process, and for what it's worth, Dongfeng, the chassis maker, does supply vehicles to the Chinese military, so there's at least some real lineage behind that claim, even if the marketing language is doing some heavy lifting. Here's what actually matters to most of you watching: price. Qixing doesn't publish retail pricing directly, but at least one independent review of an export-configured unit puts starting pricing around $160,000, climbing past $200,000 depending on model year and configuration. Now, that's nowhere near Earth Roamer territory, so let's compare it to something actually in its price bracket. A closer American match is the Storyteller Overland Classic Mode, built on a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter all-wheel drive chassis. Current listings for the Storyteller Overland Mode lineup run from about $155,000 up to around $334,000, averaging close to $225,000, right in the same neighborhood as the Star Wonder Boundless Universal's reported pricing. But the two vehicles are built very differently. The Storyteller Overland Classic Mode runs a 4-cylinder turbo diesel making around 208 horsepower, rides on a van-based chassis with about 10.5 inches of ground clearance, and carries an 8.4 kilowatt-hour battery system as standard, closer to a lifted, off-road capable camper van than a true expedition truck. The Star Wonder Boundless Universal, by comparison, runs a 6-cylinder truck engine with roughly 50% more horsepower, sits on a dedicated off-road chassis with more than 50% more ground clearance, and carries a hard pop-up roof most van-based builds simply can't offer. So the honest read is this: for similar money, the Chinese-built motorhome gives you significantly more raw off-road hardware, but the Storyteller Overland comes with a Mercedes-Benz dealer network behind it, established parts, availability, and a company you can actually walk into and register a vehicle with in the United States tomorrow. That last part matters more than it sounds like. If you're picturing driving this off a dealer lot in Colorado, here's the catch. Vehicles like the Star Wonder Boundless Universal aren't manufactured to Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards, and they don't carry Environmental Protection Agency emission certification for the United States market. Under federal law, a vehicle under 25 years old generally can't be permanently imported into the United States unless it's brought into compliance through a registered importer, a process that requires posting a bond and can run tens of thousands of dollars, assuming the vehicle is even eligible for conversion at all. Right now, this is a motorhome built for markets like the Middle East, Russia, Eastern Europe, and Southeast Asia, off-road tourism operators, expedition outfitters, and private buyers in countries where Chinese-built chassis are already common. It's not something you can currently import and register for daily road use in the United States without serious legal and financial hurdles. So is the Star Wonder Boundless Universal the real deal? On raw powertrain specs, off-road geometry, and that genuinely unique full-lift roof, it's doing things no American motorhome in its price range is doing. On documentation, consistency between units, and frankly, on whether you can walk into a dealership and drive one home tomorrow, it's got a long way to go before it can compete with something like the Storyteller Overland lineup on home turf. What it does prove is that the gap between what Chinese motorhome manufacturers can build and what American builders offer is closing fast, at every price point, not just at the Earth Roamer end of the market. Thanks for watching the video. Watch the next similar video on your screen.